guys, it is not so bright and early, it's just 9 o'clock. Today is Tuesday, and as you can see, I'm leaving my mall. It's like, why were you at the mall? Well, today is the day that Solo, a Star Wars story, came out, and I went to go grab it. So, my brother goes into work at 9, so my mom actually, on her way to drop my brother off at work, actually dropped me off at Target. So now I'm walking home. I do have to work today, so that's one reason I came in so early to get is normally I would just grab it on my way home from work, but I don't get out till 6:30 tonight. So that was a no, and my umbrella's caught on my wrist. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I went to go grab Solo. It's kind of weird. Normally with these movies, I get the Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy combo pack because I will just give the DVD to my brother, and this time Disney didn't do that for Solo. They had a DVD, and then they had the Blu-ray and digital copy combo pack, and then they had the 4K, which was all three, and it's like, I don't have a 4K TV, so I can't get 4K. But it's kind of weird that this time around, they didn't have a DVD, Blu-ray, digital copy combo pack. So, that means my brother's not going to get a copy, but that's okay. Oh, jeez. One moment, guys. That's okay. My brother's not, I don't get the DVD because I'll just give my brother, I can give my brother my movies anywhere information, and he can just log on there if he wants to watch it. So it's really not that big of a deal. So it's still kind of weird, but it is what it is. And hey, I got Solo, so I'm excited. So probably this weekend or sometime I'm going to do a movie marathon of all my Star Wars movies. That will take me like 4 or 5 months because I do everything. I do the movies and I do the TV shows, and I do them in order, which means I do Clone Wars in chronological order. That's fun. So I gotta head home, and I'll talk to you guys later. Good evening, guys. I'm home from work today. You want to look outside? Look outside. Let's go over here. Stand. Can you see anything? Yeah, all of a sudden it just started storming like crazy. And my mom just called my brother to let my brother know, and he was in the process of discovering we're currently under a tornado warning till 7:45. That is actually kind of rare here. We don't get that many tornado warnings, and we're also under a thunderstorm warning till 7:45. So I was on my computer watching some videos, and I was actually getting ready to do my writing tonight because it's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the most part I don't go on Sotar. I do writing instead. So I was just getting ready to go online and write for a couple hours from like 8 to 10 and I was watching some videos actually. So I was just watching some videos. I have everything. There's a siren! I don't know if you can hear it, but the siren's just going off, so I gotta stop. Alright guys, so brief moment, not panic, but preparedness. I was talking to you guys about the tornado warning we're under, and the sirens went off. And like I said, that's not actually a common thing that happens in Midland, really in most places in this. The further north you go, the rarer it is for tornadoes to happen in Michigan, so yeah, the sky's starting to light up. So the sirens started going off, and it was for southeastern Midland County, but we decided sirens were going off. Let's go to the basement. And I packed like my laptop and my Kindle and some jewelry and stuff I didn't want to lose just in case. And by the time we got down to the first landing to go down the floor of the basement, we stopped and we realized the sirens had gone off. So we are safe. We are sound. The warning goes off in just over 10 minutes. So I'm going to get everything set back up for tonight. So it's really interesting. Midland floods a lot, but we don't get severe storms that often. There's like a couple that stand out in my memory. One was when I was a little kid and we lived out in Mills. I was like in 5th grade, and it was like Memorial Day weekend, and I won't forget this because that weekend we had one of my cousins staying over with us, and she had been set up in my room, and it was like, I just remember waking up, my cousin was like crying, the house was shaking. I think I got my, I did not know what was going on. And I was at this time terrified of storms. All I knew was that it was let's cover that up so you don't see that stuff. That's my clothes I have yet to put away today. This really bad storm, and I'm in a trailer house that wasn't anchored down to the ground or anything, and my mom and my dad, one of my parents comes running into my room, grabs my cousin, grabs me, they grab my brother, they yank us down to the lowest level of our house, which is this little addition that you get to with one step, you're in it, and windows everywhere. We have sliding glass doors on one side, windows on another side, so they have us sit in like kind of the center of this room, and the patio curtains are open so we can watch this storm, and we just see the wind moving in circles. Like, we could see the wind. And we don't know what's going on because we live out in the country. There's no sirens out there. So we have no clue what's going on. So I had gotten a transistor radio that Christmas. So I say, I'll go get my radio. It was in my underwear drawer in my dresser. So I run back to my bedroom, which is at the other end of the trailer from where the addition is. And I go get my transistor, and on the way back, I could feel the trailer rocking in the wind. Get the radio back. It's like no real weather alerts or anything. Next day, damage everywhere. There was actually a tree hanging over the sandbox my brother and I played in. That it was just at the right angle. If my brother and I had played in it, it would have like gotten us. Like one of us could have killed us. And we got that branch removed. But power was knocked out everywhere. In fact, I think I missed like 2 or 3 days of school, not counting that Monday, because they couldn't have school until they got a generator. So I did not actually go to school. I know, I'm so sorry about the light. So I did not go to school because of that storm. So that was the first storm. And then this other storm happened just a few years ago, actually. And it was just a bizarre November storm. I remember this day, and the reason I remember is because it seemed like such a boring day. It was really cloudy, it was gray, it was overcast, and we had picked that day to go do laundry. Because for a long time, we actually would not do laundry here. We actually would pack up our laundry, and there was a laundromat on Waldo Road we would go to sometimes, and that was the laundromat we went to that day. And I actually have a picture from Instagram. There's these series of pictures on Instagram I took that day, one of which is of me sitting at the laundromat looking out the window at the parking lot and just this cloudy, gray, gloomy sky. And I say, perfect day to do laundry. We come home and I'm just sitting there and I'm supposed to be putting my laundry away. I'm not. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this massive storm just rolls through. I think it lasted maybe 10, 15 minutes. It just rolls through, and we think and it was like straight line wind. People were saying there was a chance there was a tornado, but the Weather Channel said straight line winds. I'm like, no, it was not straight line winds. And my mom, the funny thing about the story is my mom, usually on days where she has to work or she doesn't have to work, she won't park in our carport here. She'll park up by the building. That day, for whatever, and especially when we had laundry to do, for some odd reason that day, she decided she didn't want the car out in the open. She wanted it under the carport. So she moved it under the carport. That turned out to be a good choice because I think 2 trees in our apartment complex got taken out by this storm, and one of them actually crashed onto some vehicles. So that was a good thing on my mom. But this storm knocked out power so badly that it is rare for the power to get knocked out and not be quickly put back on Eastman Road because this is a highway. It is a business area. So it's very rare for the power to get knocked out and then take for a while to come back on. But our power was knocked out for, I want to say, 2 or 3 days, for about a day and a half. So we had no power the night of the storm, the next day, and then the power came on the second day. So we had no power for that period of time, and we weren't ready. We actually had to get in our car and go to Walmart, which thankfully had power, to get like batteries and stuff. And we come back and the policemen have flares on the road. Our the apartment manager is here, and she's telling us she wants us to go back inside the buildings and stay there for safety reasons because it's too dark. The lights weren't working. There was no power on this corner. So for safety reasons, we had to go back in, and we actually had the maintenance guy helping us like do our flashlights because we couldn't see. So we had to do flashlights and everything. And I included a picture of that of my mom, my brother, and one of the apartment guys huddled in front of the car just to try and get our flashlights to work. So that was an interesting storm. But yeah, so my brother and I were so prepared to go down to the basement Because even though the tornado wasn't supposed to be near this area, it's kind of been ingrained in us that if it is a tornado warning for your area, you get your butt down in the basement. Okay, you just go and get down to the lowest level in your house. It doesn't matter how close or how far away it is. The instant you hear those sirens, you move. And that had to be irritating to me because I actually filmed a video where I went outside while the sirens were going off and I couldn't get back in. So that was fun. So everything is a-okay. The warnings are going to go off soon. The sky is already starting to lighten up a little bit outside. You can see behind me. So I'm going to get to work and I will talk to you guys later. Oh, and before I leave, I do have some news about Dow Gardens. I know I've been talking to you guys about how hyped I am that I had this interview and I think it went well. I called them Monday and they informed me Monday that they had filled the position. So unfortunately, I am not going to work at Dow Gardens. So in the meantime, there's another store I would like to work at, but I don't think they're hiring. So for right now, I'm just going to content myself to work at Staples and do my best to make Staples, do my part to help make the Staples a little bit more successful. I'm going to talk to the manager at some point this week, probably tomorrow or Friday, about cross-training me to do like easy tech stuff and a little bit of copy and print just so I can provide coverage in those areas on Sunday. So I'm just going to try and do my best to get to work at Staples. So that's my sad news. I have better news to tell you guys later this week. So I'm going to get going and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Good morning, guys. It is Saturday. It is fall in Michigan. It is only going to be 59 degrees today. So I am dressed in my fall gear. I got my boots on. See my boots. I got my Mackinac Island. I'm so happy when the weather turned cool so I could wear my Lilac Festival hoodie again. And I am not just going for an ordinary bike ride today. I don't want to have a repeat of last week. That was insane. I'm on a mission today to get a new Funko Pop bobblehead for my collection. I said I would never get another one again after spending like almost $60 to get that thing. But as many of you probably know, one of my all-time favorite characters, one of my all-time favorite Jedi from Star Wars is Obi-Wan Kenobi. I am like totally crazy obsessed with him. He was like my first crush. I always make the joke, Ewan McGregor was my first celebrity crush and Obi-Wan was like my first character crush, my first real one. So I was devastated when I learned in Attack of the Clones that Jedi couldn't get married, and then again when I learned that Ewan was already married. So I love Obi-Wan's character. He is like so cool. I have my favorite book series. One of them is actually Jedi Apprentice, which is Legends, but it's about Obi-Wan as a teenager, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So when I found out that they were doing a new book called Master and Apprentice about Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, I was like, yay! That's what I'm getting for my birthday! And then they delayed it, so now I'm like, you kidding me? That was going to be my birthday present. So I'm going to find a new birthday present for myself, and what I'm thinking is I'm going to go and get my hair. I got my highlights, but I'm thinking for my birthday, I'm going to get all over highlights, and then I might finally break down and get my Kyber lightsaber. Those are like really expensive sabers, so I'm going to wait and see if they have sales. But why am I talking about this? Well, as you know, they released the 10th anniversary Clone Wars Funko Pops, which are really cool. However, oddly enough, I loved the design of Obi-Wan in Clone Wars. I don't like how it translated to a Funko Pop. Which is weird because I love the Anakin and Ahsoka one, but with Obi-Wan, I'm like, I'm not sure I want that one. I want Obi-Wan from the movies. So I was like, I don't know. And then somebody posted on my Fempire page that I belong to, not my Fempire page, but the page I belong to, that apparently they had leaked a new Obi-Wan. Somebody leaked an image of a new Obi-Wan Funko Pop, and that would only be an exclusive at Walgreens. And then apparently they started carrying it. I'm like, oh, I know what I'm doing today. I'm going to Walgreens to see if I can find my Obi-Wan Pop. So there are 2 Walgreens in my hometown. One of them is actually just down the street on the corner by my church. However, I'm not going to that one first. The other one is a bit further away so I can get my mile in. And that one's by the other high school in town, Midland High. And I'm going to that one first because a couple years ago, they released the Plo Koon and Kit Fisto, and Kit Fisto's up here. Plo Koon and Kit Fisto bobbleheads as Walgreens exclusives. Next to Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan, Plo Koon and Kit Fisto are two of my favorite Jedi characters. And the reason is, Plo Koon is like everybody's uncle. He's like everybody's dad. And then Kit Fisto, what drew me to him is it seemed like every time I saw him, he was smiling. And my boss at work sometimes calls me Smiley because I'm always smiling. So I was kind of drawn to Kit because it always seems like he was smiling. So I really liked Kit and Plo Koon. So my mom, again proving how awesome she is, and this was in the early days of my Star Wars obsession, where I think she was still kind of hoping that I would die away. She actually drove to both Walgreens, the one on the corner first where they didn't have them, and then we went to the one by Midland High where they had both of them, and I bought them. So that's why I'm going to the one by Midland High first, is because there's a chance that they might have Obi-Wan, because the one down here doesn't really have a lot of Funkos. So I'm going to go check out Walgreens, and I will let you guys know. So I'm going to head out, and hopefully I find my Obi-Wan. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Well, don't help me. I'm going to try to help you. I don't know. I'm just in a loopy mood. I woke up this morning, and my breakfast was my all-time favorite fall treat, pumpkin spice donuts from Krispy Kreme. Yum. So I'm going to get this show on the road. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm here. I made it to the Walgreens by Midland High, if you cannot tell by this busy area. I'm a little bit worried. The front tire of my bike is a lot flatter than I thought it would be. It doesn't have as much air, so I'm not chaining it up like I usually do, because I don't want to lose what air I have. So I got to get my dad to come over and fill that puppy up at least one more time. So I'll have to find my Obi-Wan. I really hope I find them. First Walgreens is a bust. This is where I came and I found my Kit and Plo. They just have Reese, which is an exclusive, but I'm not interested in him. They have Poe, and they have Finn. Neither of which is what I'm looking for, so I kind of bummed. This is my first stop, and it is a sale, so I'm bummed. But they do have a Q-Sloth for $5.99, but that is not what I came for. I came for an Obi-Wan figure, and they don't have it, so I'm kind of bummed. But there's still one other Walgreens in Midland to go check and see. I might swing down by the courthouse. They're doing a protest in support of Dr. Blasey Ford, who I believe, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to on to the next one, and maybe I will find my Obi-Wan. Second Round Greens is also a bust. They only have the AT-AT driver and BB-90, neither of which is what I want, so I am completely bummed. My mission has failed. So at this point, what I'm thinking about doing is just going online to Amazon, ordering the bobbleheads I want, including 2 Christmas ones, and I'm just going to have to break down and get the one I don't want. But I can't find the Obi-Wan bobblehead I was looking for, so I'm going to have to see if they have it online. So, yeah, this should be fun. Alright, y'all. Sorry. Habit for my mom. I'm officially back home. I actually got back from my Walgreens. I so cool. I actually got back from Walgreens. They're like, hey, you want to go to Subway? Because I biked a lot today. So we ended up going to the Subway at the mall. So we walked over, my brother and I, and got some Subway. So that's going to be our lunch. And I'm going to wrap this up for today. And I'm doing such a bad job. There we go. I'm trying to look my best for you guys. So, got some Subway waiting for me. I'm just going to spend the rest of the day chilling, putting this video together to get posted tomorrow. Next week, I will not be filming anything during the week, so I'm just going to try to focus on getting ready for the Q&A. Boy, you guys actually got a lot of questions. I got more questions last night, so keep sending them in. Remember, I'm posting them this video will be posted next Saturday. I'm going to do it next Saturday, and I'm going to post it next Saturday. So be on the lookout for that next week. My Q&A, I'm going to be doing a little bit differently. I'm not going to be using this camera, which is my phone, because I don't know how long the video is going to be. So I'm actually going to be using the webcam on my camera. So I hope it works. I'm doing Brandon Bingham. So I'm going to get going and get some lunch. I'm still so bummed that my mission did not turn out to be a success. So instead of ordering the pops like I had planned, I'm actually going to hold off, because in a couple weeks I am doing a massive shopping trip that will include a Christmas tree and a ton of clothes. And I also have to get ready for my Christmas shopping so I can get decoration stuff. And by the way, have you guys noticed I changed the room a little? My I Love Fall display is now over there by my bed because I made a new fall display. I went and got some fake flowers because I have this mug here. It is the mug from when Diana and Prince Charles got married in 1986, I believe. My aunt, this one, my Aunt Laura passed away. I got it, and I turned it around so the Welsh dragon is on the front. But I decided this is pretty, and I might as well use it. So I'm going to use it as a little vase for seasonal displays. So this is the one for fall. And by the way, I don't know if you can see it very well. Yeah, you can kind of see it. That is still a fading bruise because I decided I got this bunch of sunflowers. I'm like, I'm going to cut them up because I don't want them all together. They look better all together. So I managed to cut this one off, but in the process of doing that, I pinched my finger really, really badly with my scissors. So, lesson I learned, don't use regular scissors to cut fake flowers. So before I do that, I'm going to have to get a pair of like wire cutters or something. So I learned a valuable crafting lesson. So I'm off for the day. You guys keep an eye out for that Q&A video. If you have any last minute questions, feel free to post them in the comments below. I will talk to you guys next week for my first ever Q&A. I'm so excited about this because last time I put out there an idea about me doing a Q&A, nobody responded. So I'm really, really, really excited about this. So thank you guys so much. So I'm going to get going. You guys stay safe, stay sane. I am sending you all lots of love, hugs, and prayers, and I will talk to you next Saturday. Bye.